Hello, everybody, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Daleen with the Dappled Budgeter. This channel, I do cash stuffings, unstuffings, and cash condensing. So if that's something you're interested in, I hope you will like this video and subscribe to my channel. A couple things before we get into the cash stuffing for this week. I got this new pretty crystal. It's an amethyst geode, and it catches all kinds of light, and it is in the shape of like an egg. I like to think that it's actually a D because if you look at it, it looks like a D. D for Daleen. um, and it's to help with manifesting money. So I'm going to make a like a dollar amount and put this or greater underneath it for my monthly, like what I want to earn each month. So we'll see how that goes. And then in my last video, I talked about some books I was reading. So in this cash stuffing that we're doing, I did refigure my budget mostly according to what he suggested in this book, The Money Habit. This book is by Mike Michalowicz, and he has a second book. Actually, it's his first book. I don't know how many books he's written, but the first book I read from him was called Profit First. And if you're in business, you own a business, I would recommend reading that book because it explains how business owners tend to throw all of their money into the business and then they're not paying themselves a salary. So profit first means you take your income first and then you pay your business expenses out of what is left. And he explains how to do all that in that book. This book is about personal finances. Now, he does want you to open like 5 different bank accounts, one for income, needs, wants, dreams, fix/future. So if you have debt, it's for fixing, and if you don't have debt, then it's a future, and then emergencies. So there's like 6, but you really like all the money goes into the income account, and then you distribute it to the other 5. So technically it's 6 bank accounts, but I use Allies, so I can use buckets with Ally. But there is a reason why he wants you to set up different bank accounts, because one, it makes the money harder to get to in a sense, and 2, not all of the bank accounts would have a debit card, and he wants you to use debit cards instead of credit cards. I'm not doing that because I earn points on my credit cards and they pay for my flights when I go to like my Akashic Records retreat and stuff like that. So I'm using most of what I learned in here, but I am combining it with stuff that I've learned on my own. The second book I read was Money Unmasked by Garrett Gunderson. I really like this book. He was doing it's probably still up on his website. He was doing a bundle where you got this book and 2 other books that he's written, and then 2 courses, like for basically for free. And it was like $44. So I am getting a second copy of this book. I'm going to give it to my sister. This book is not about budgeting. It's about money mindset and like finding ways to increase the amount of money that's coming in every month, every year. So this is a good book. And then this book I just finished, and I highly recommend it. It's by Jenny Wood. She, Wild Courage, Go After What You Want and Get It. She worked for Google for 18 years. And when she was at Google, she implemented this like little team, and they came up with ways on how to work more efficiently and basically get promoted. So what she does is she takes 9 words that are usually looked at as quote unquote negative: weird, selfish, shameless, can't read, shameless, obsessed, nosy, manipulative, brutal, reckless, and bossy. But she changes them into positives. So weird is win as you or lose as who. Selfish is be your own champion. Shameless, kick imposter syndrome to the curb and self-promote with ease. There's a lot of good things in this book if you're interested in getting a promotion at your job or switching careers or anything like that. And it does apply to all kinds of positions. If you're hourly salaried, hourly executive, which is what I am right now, I'm trying to get promoted to salary. So this was a good one. I just thought I would share. I don't get like any affiliate pay or anything for sharing these books. But I did share it last week, and I had a comment on to let you guys know what I thought of them. And so that's what I thought. So this week, we're stuffing my full-time paycheck, and it was $953. So let's go ahead and get into the cash stuffing and get the money account. Oh, today is February 15th. So happy belated Valentine's Day for those of you who celebrated. Hope you had a good day. And even if you don't celebrate like me, still hope you had a good day. I filed my taxes last Sunday, and I already got my federal taxes back. I saw them in my account yesterday morning. So happy Valentine's Day for me. My federal, no, don't eat that. My federal taxes were, just over $2,000, almost $2,100. So that's going to be fun to stuff. And then I'm also getting state taxes back, which is about $300. So I haven't gotten those back yet. And then in my envelopes, I had, because I sold some stocks last year, I sold about $10,000 worth of stocks, but because there was a new tax thing where if you worked overtime, you weren't supposed to be taxed on the premium, like the time and a half or the end half part, I guess, of the overtime. So I had about between, I think it was $4,400 of just that I could deduct from my taxes. And then I also deducted all the startup costs for my business. So the money that I had saved for selling my stocks that I was going to, and I was just saving it just in case I had to pay taxes. I didn't have to pay any taxes. I got a refund back instead. So that money's also going to be stuffed, and that's very exciting. So, okay, we should have 953. So 1, 2, 3, 400, 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 320, and 340. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we do have $953. As always, we will get started in bills. So mortgage will get $335. So now mortgage has 1,000, 3,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900. 3,900, 20, 40, 60, 70, 85, 90, 1, and 92. 3,992. Whoops. Okay. And just wait until I get to my car envelope. Just you guys wait. Okay. Utilities will get 30. I may have to start upping this because my heating bill keeps going up, but maybe that's because of the part that I need to replace on it. So we'll see 1, 2, 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 90, and 400. Gas will get 25. And it has 50, 70, 90, 110, 15, 20, and 125. Car insurance will get 20. Now it has 1, 2, 3, 400, 450, 70, 90, 500, 1, 2, 3, 503. That will be going down because I have to pay the towing fee from when I had my car towed to the dealership in December. Verizon will get 13. Now it has 100, 20, 40, nope, 20, 30, 40, 50, 151, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 159. T-Mobile will get 20. This is for my cell phone. 1, 200, 220, 40, 60, 75, 276. Paramount Plus is getting skipped. The gym will get 5. And it has 10, 15, 20, and 26. 10, 15, 20, 21. Groceries will get 75. Now it has 1, 200, 250, 300, 320, 40, 65, 75. 375. Household and beauty are getting skipped. The babies will get 20. And now they have 50, 70, 90, 110, 135, 36, 37, and 138. And this is where one of the changes is because I'm upping how much I'm putting towards debt so I can pay it down faster. So it's getting 142. And now it has 1, 2, 300, 350, 70, 90, 410, 11, and 412. Fun and clothing are getting skipped, but buffer is getting 3. And now it has 1, 200, 220, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 227. That is it for the bills binder. Move on to my business binder, and it will get $20 this week for the platform hosting my website, which I'm going to work on my website. I worked on it a little bit yesterday. I'm going to work on it today as well, and hopefully it'll be out by the 17th, which is Chinese New Year, the year of the fire horse. I'm a Sagittarius, so it's supposed to be a really good year for me this year. So it has 5, 600, 620, and 640. And that is it for the business binder. So we'll move on to savings. Now, because I put so much in extra debt, okay, my budget before was I would send $200 every week to this savings account and then divide it up between my envelopes. But I changed that so the $335 that I stuff for mortgage and HOA gets sent to my Bank of America account. And then everything else is getting sent to my checking account with Ally. And that's how I'm able to switch the budget up, because $200 did not get sent in this week. It all went into my checking account. And that's why I was able to put $142 into extra debt, because I didn't want to put it into savings and then have to transfer it out, because you only get so many transfers per month from a savings account. So I'm very mindful of that when I do transfer money out, because I don't want to get penalized or anything. It's like 10 transfers. I never transfer that much money anyway from savings, but still. So savings will still get 25. And we have 5, 6,000, 100, 50, 70, 95, $6,202. $6,202. Emergency will get 20. And it has 1, 2, 300, 320, 40, and 360. And my poor car. My car is running, so that's not an issue. So if you're new to my channel, before Christmas, my car battery died in November. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, I took her in for service, and I had to replace a whole bunch of stuff on my car. I had 2 tire pressure sensors that were bad. I had to replace the sensor, because you can't just replace the battery. You have to replace the whole sensor. I had to replace my front brakes. I had to replace the steering, something to do with the steering. I can't remember what it's called now. Steering column thing. Because if that broke, then I would lose control of steering the car. So that's important. And there was something else that I had to replace, but I can't remember what it is. And that was a lot of money. And then I got all that done. And then literally 2 weeks later, my car died. Couldn't get it started. And I forget what the issue was with that. It wasn't the starter. I don't know. It wasn't the fuel pump. It was some other indicator. It was an indicator that had to do with the speedometer. So it was like, if the car had driven, I wouldn't know how fast I was going, because the speedometer wouldn't show the right speed. So I guess the answer to that was to just not start the car. So I had to get my car towed. That's what I was talking about earlier, when I had to get my car towed. So I do have all of that payment for my car on a payment plan with my credit card company. I am putting $40 into here. For the past 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, my car has been surrounded by snow and ice, because we had a snowstorm 3 weeks ago, and then it turned to ice, and I was sick, so I didn't shovel anything. And when it turned to ice, it was like so cold here, nothing was melting. Finally started melting, finally was able to dig my car out. Like whatever was left over, I was able to move it, and it was still ice. It was coming up, like I could pick up the chunks once I was able to break it up. And then I get into my car yesterday, and my windshield is all dirty from the snow, right? I had my defroster on. I turned my windshield wipers on to clear the snow. To clear the window. And I'm driving down the road, and I heard a pop. And I'm like, what was that? So then I was going to get some food, and then I went to Giant first, the grocery store. And there's a crack going across my windshield. Yep. So now, because it's longer than 6 inches, I have to replace the whole windshield. So that is happening on Thursday, and that's going to be almost $600 to replace my windshield. Which I'm going to take it out of car deductible, because I tried to get my insurance company to pay for it, but my car deductible is $1,000. So I had to pay out of pocket for it. So car care got $40. So we have $1,500, 20, 40, 68, 620. So $1,620. That does make a good dent for what I owe for all the repair work that I had done in December, but it's not all of it. I owe over I think it's like $2,200 or so. Car registration is getting skipped. Car deductible, I will have to dip out of because of everything I just explained, and then build it back up to $1,000. So technically it is fully funded. New car is getting skipped. Home is getting $20. Now, home, I had to call in the HVAC company because my furnace is making this weird noise when it turns on. It doesn't do it all the time, but it's like a high ticking noise. And the inductor motor is going out. Special order part. Now, the part was under warranty because this company installed my furnace for me like 10 years ago. And surprisingly, it's still under warranty. But I have to pay for the labor, which is $425. So my energy must be expanding going into this fire horse year. Woohoo! Because everything's breaking again. So I have 100, 20, 40, and 160 in here. So I might have to use part of either use emergency or part of my taxes to pay for the furnace, but we'll see what happens. So home deductible got $10. We have 6, 700, 750, 70, 80, 90, and 800. Vacation will get 20. And it has 5, 600, 620, 40, 60, 1, and 662. I think I'm going to take these $2 out and put them into my savings account, my savings bucket, because it's bothering me. It has $2. After vacation, we'll get $5. And it has 100, 50, 60, and 165. I did skip self-care because I really only use that for haircuts, and I haven't had my haircut since October, so there's 150 in there right now. Property tax will get $5. It has 100, 10, 15, and 120. Now, tax prep, this is where I had saved for my TurboTax fee, which TurboTax last year was $128, and this year it went up $10, so it was $138. And then I have the $2,000 for the taxes. It was like $2,100, I think I had saved for when I sold taxes. So that will be reallocated. Amazon Prime is fully funded. Credit card memberships will get $5. And it has 100, 50, 75, and 180. Birthdays is getting skipped, but Christmas will get 15. And now it has 1, 2, 300, 350, 70, 90, 400, 410, 15, 25, and 426. I might take that $1 also and put it into my savings. And then I'm skipping the 10K challenge and my Roth this week, just because there was less money going into savings to cover debt. So now we have my abundance fund, which I'm using to get months ahead in my bills in case I am going up for a promotion at work, but just in case I happen to lose my job, because it's kind of, my work just let a lot of people go. We restructured a little bit, and so it's kind of weird to be trying to get promoted when a lot of people were letting go. So just in case anything happens with my job, or I decide to go full-time into the business that I'm starting, I put money into here so that I'll have money to cover bills. And then it sits here and gains me interest. And I send 11% of my paycheck to my 401k every week. and my company matches 3.5%. And then I calculate 5.5% of my paycheck before taxes are taken out, and I send it here. Now, even though I'm doing the budgeting recommendation from the book, I didn't want to compromise on this because this is really important to me to have the money sitting here in case something happens. So I will put it into this envelope, and then at the end of the month, we will stuff it. So we're putting in 80 again this week. So 50, 70, 80. And we have 50, 100, 120, 40, 50, and 160. And I am 5 months ahead in most categories. I'm almost 5 months ahead in mortgage, so that's very exciting. And I just got 5 months ahead in HOA. So those are the two ones that take the longest to fill up. So that does it for February week 2's cash stuffing. Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like, and I will see you in the next one. And remember to be a spot of light in a sometimes dark world. Bye, everybody.